Now I've tightened up the screws after installing the Edison, and I will now put the board together. So clear acrylic on the bottom. You probably want to clean it off and make sure nothing's on it before you install it. So we'll put that down, and then we'll put on the first layer. So you'll see that these are supposed to match. These are off right now. I peeled off the covering on the acrylic, so now you'll see these two layers match. So the white acrylic layer goes on the bottom first. This one, there are two white acrylic layers. The two blues go in the middle, and then the two white acrylic layers go on the outside. So we'll put this one down, and then we'll put our blue down. This is kind of a spacer, but again, you can see it's not lined up. So we'll turn it this way. So just like in the other video, I'm going to try to go back a little bit and use these screws, because these screws help a lot when you're putting it together. Even though these screws are being put in the opposite way that looks the best, I'm just going to put them this way for now, so it's easier to set up the board and put the layers on. So we got our screws. Put down the first layer. And we'll put down our second layer. And then we'll put our board in with our Edison installed. And you can see it fits really nicely and snug. And when we remove those layers in between, you can now access this slot a little more easily. So we'll put these screws back in that just came out. They make our life a lot easier. So remember, two blue layers go together. So this cutout is very easy to figure out. If you put it on and it does not fit, there's only one other way it can go. This cutout matches this slot here. That's in place. And then our last one, put it on, it doesn't fit, spin it, put it onto the screws, and then the clear acrylic goes on last. And that's how you put the board together. Now for the last 4 bolts, you'll put those on, but like I said, I'd recommend putting it on the other way, because a lot of people would probably like to look at the board this way and see the Intel Edison and the layout. So you don't want these ugly nuts on the outside getting in the way. So what I'd recommend is just holding the board and reversing these screws. You could do 2 at a time or 1 at a time, but I'm going to try to do all 4 here at a time. Now I have all of those in place. You can lift the board up all together and turn it over. And now I'll put these last 4 nuts on to hold it in place. In the picture on the Amazon listing that I used to purchase this, there were actually 4 plastic or acrylic screws and nuts, and those didn't come with this, so I guess you could order them online. You could probably go to a website that sells hobby gear or maybe Home Depot and find some plastic screws to use in place. They would probably look a little bit better. I see there's something here, so I'm going to get that out of the way so it looks a little better. That's part of the reason you purchased this, so it looks a little bit better. There it goes, get that out of the way. So then we just put our bolts on, and then you'll tighten those down and you're done. This is part of the advantage of putting 1 or 2 of the bolts in first and the nuts, and you can pick it up and turn it around. So that's how we put our Intel Edison and the development board cover on.